Facebook. Let's chop it up 5 minutes and your girl is out. I gotta work tomorrow. Don't work on Fridays, but I'm working tomorrow. So come on in, tell a friend that your girl, that knowing is on. Seeing and all knowing. I'm Dr. Lisa. If you see the subscribe button at the bottom of the page, please hit it. Please hit the thumbs up. I came by to talk to you for a few minutes, and I gotta go, okay? So, in about 20 seconds, I'm going to start the video. You can always catch the live. Give your girl a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. It's your choice. We're free choice over here. Thank you. I got one person that gave me a thumbs up. What is the doc talking about tonight? Well, parents are saying that they're no longer the bank accounts of their children. But hey, Miss Teresa, girl, but parents are still having to help their children from age 22 to 40 because the price has really gone up. Hey, Miss Jean, they're either helping them with their groceries. It's three things that they help. Hey, Miss Ivette, it's three things that they help with. They help with groceries, rent, and cell phones. Those are the three things that parents are helping their children with. So, considering that, hey, Miss Eva, considering that the parents are helping them with, I have never been a fan of you're 18, you're out. I don't have any kids, but I know I wouldn't be a fan of that. At 18, you go out and you go to college. My mom didn't throw us to the wolves. So, hey, Miss Monica. So I don't think that they should. But I find an article, and this is true because people, students are saying it. Once upon a time, you could safely assume that a 40-year-old was paying their own bills without the help of their mom and dad. Not anymore. We're living in times where it takes that. When a child get 18, I don't know how parents could do that when it's like, oh, they're 18, they're out of my house. If they're being disrespectful, I have no problems with it. But I know my mom tried to keep me there. I married and went right in with my husband. I didn't have a apartment or anything. My mother believed in the dorms. She believed you get into stuff if you get in apartments. That was just her belief. And my father had passed, and my mother had three college students, one in master's and two in bachelor's. So, and me being the youngest and the last one, your mother do have to help you. And then here comes the grandkids. How do you say no? Exactly. So once upon a time, like I said, they said you could safely assume that if you was 40. I thank God that God afforded me the opportunity to have gainful employment as soon as I graduated from college. And I owe a largely amount to God and my oldest sister. She helped me get on at a college, teaching an adjunct class. Oh, Miss Teresa. Oh, Till, I'll be writing it down. This is the second night for Miss Teresa. Hey, Miss Joanne. And so she told them about me and that I was graduating. And they needed somebody to come in and teach like a parenting class. And she, had me to, submit my transcript. And they hired the doc. Could you believe it? I know y'all can't believe it. Do what? Oh, could you believe it? They hired the doc. Yeah. And so I was, I was out of school maybe a month out of college. And I wanted to be out of college at least until that December because we were planning a big wedding. I was getting married. So the tables didn't kind of turn like that. I have to tell y'all the story one day. But my sister said, hey, I found you a job. But the reason why she probably said this is because this was coming up on my 4th year. They say, hey, T. She said, hey, y'all. I was coming up on my 4th year, and my sister said, listen, stop working. I had only been working maybe 6 months. She said, stop working. How many classes is it going to take to finish? And I said, oh, I don't need about 4 classes or whatever. So they wanted me to quit the job. Now, I quit Walmart, but I didn't quit this job that I had at the school where somebody had got me on because of my sister. Not the parenting, but it was another job. It was like an after school program she had got me on. And so, she said, you can keep that one, quit the other one. We'll pay the rest of your bills for the rest of the time. Just finish. So I finished actually December and graduated. I finished December, but I marched in June. So, well, May. We had a May graduation because like right after my birthday. So, and then she went on and then she got me on at the college teaching that parenting class. And then everything just kind of spiraled up from there. But right now, and things were not the cost that they are. Things was cheaper. Okay, Miss Monica, thank you. And so I just thank God for that because my mother had sacrificed so much for us. And it was just time for me to start, paying my own way. And so because of God, my sister, I was able to be gainfully employed. And I have never taken that for granted. I have always worked 2 to 3 jobs at one time. So not only the super rich can buy in, here's how the investors are. They become landlords of Walmart wholesales and all that. It's talking about the cost of living, how things are really going. And the cost of living in America is still out of control. Use these 3 real assets to protect your wealth, no matter what Feds does or say. Anything can happen in 2024, they're saying. Anything can happen this year. 5 easy ways, to cut back. But it's really hard to save money right now. Things are so expensive. Some people are paying $1,400 for a 1 bedroom, and it's not even in a good area. And so, yes, people say it will be easier to go ahead and buy a house, but you got to be ready to buy a house. A lot of things come with houses. And oftentimes, people don't realize that, but it does. A lot of expenses comes with it. Yeah, things tear up, things break down. A lot of stuff comes with houses. I'm never going to tell anybody yes, it is. That's right, Miss Ivette. And I'm not going to tell anybody not to get a house, but make sure you're ready to have one because it is a lot of expense, especially if you're the only one paying. If something goes out, like a unit, you have to look at paying $5,000 to get it back on. And then your water bill is going up, the electrical bills, a lot of things have went up. And yes, unexpected things. You have to keep the lawn done. And Till and I was talking about it. We are working. We're not even here during the day. It's hard having a house with, yes, it is, Miss Jean. It's very hard. I totally understand what Miss Jean is saying. It is hard. And when stuff break down, when you have to put outlets in if they burn out, I pay $2,000 a month for a 1 bedroom. Miss Joanne says she paid $2,000 a month for a 1 bedroom. Yes. So Miss Joanne, I understand it's expensive. And and people saying that's why I coupon and I do a lot of stuff. Hey, DeMadre, but it's just hard out here. It is not easy. And so that's why parents usually shell out an average of $718 a month to help their fully grown children. According to the studies, the top 3 parents' bills that they foot, the number 1 is groceries. Groceries are really expensive. Housing, that's your rent or your mortgage. Letting the grown kiddos live at home. And most of the time, your parents ain't charging you anything. And then a phone plan. All of those things are things that they need help with. And, because things are so expensive, people don't want their children out here struggling and living anywhere. So they try to get them in a decent place, and hopefully they can become gainful employed. While I'm on this, I want to say this to you all. It is, Miss Joy. It's sad. It's hard. Let me tell y'all, it is hard out here. It really is. You have to try to get sales. Like I said, an outlet like the one burnt out, we had to replace that. Landscaping services is not cheap. It's a lot. That's why I won't do a project this year. I do a project every year at my house. I won't do one. I'm trying to make more room for clothes. I need to be getting rid of them. But it's just, I hate to look at my other room, but tomorrow I'm gonna get it together. It's I just got so much stuff, and I try to do a project every year, but the budget don't allow for it this year, and that's okay. And I tell people, as long as you're okay and the budget allows, it's okay if you don't do a project. You got to take care of the house. What goes on with the car and all the appliances it's not easy. It is not. I understand everything that Miss Jean is saying. It's hard. It's harder to do that. It's hard to go, this year because I'm extremely busy. That's one of the reasons. And another reason is because Tia can't. I won't go on those 5 vacations. Things like I go a week away for a conference with the school. Those are not vacations. A vacation to me is I do absolutely nothing but talk on here with y'all and lay down at some pool. That's it. And do nothing. When I'm constantly going online and checking my classes, that's not a vacation. That's still working. So, but just for the cost of things that's coming up that we got to take care of, we're just not. I'm just not going to be able to take. After June, I'll be traveling, of course, still traveling with my job and my profession, but not going on trips because it's too expensive right now. And it's okay not to go. It's okay if you can't afford something, don't do it. I say that all the time. People feel like they got to get dressed and they got to go out and they got to go eat and all this other stuff. I don't feel that way. If I can cook, because see, my food going to be better anyway. If I can cook and we can save money, that's what we're going to do. I tell Tia that all the time. I said, no, we're not going out. We're cooking. I'm cooking. I do most of the cooking anyway. But no. I mean, when I was sick, it was racking up. Till I tell you. Because I don't want no fast food. I don't want no hamburger, no chicken or nothing. I want a meal. I want a healthy meal. And then, we don't even eat all that. So it was getting expensive. And we usually just buy one meal. And that meal is still sometimes, what, $30? $30. That's a lot of money. So, there's no need. And I tell people all the time, there's no need. Yes, so true. But sometimes you have to go out. You have to have a good time. But not all the time. That's the reason why. But, I told Tia we was getting ready. We're going to have basic cable. I told I was going to be making a decision. The decision day is tomorrow. And we just going to have basic. We're going to do the Fire Sticks, the ones that I already got taped. Because we don't even really have time to watch TV. Tia watch TV, but she be watching YouTube and the Roboco thing or whatever. The doc don't even have a chance to breathe. You see, I came home. I ate something. I got straight online. Then I went and took a bath. Washed my face and everything. Lotioned down. Put on PJs. And came right back online. Oh, and got my clothes out for tomorrow. And I'm tired. Yep, Tia loves at YouTube streaming. And I have Netflix. I don't even use it. I have a Fire Stick. So we have all of that. So that's the bill we probably finna cut out from paying, what, 157, 160, something like that. We're going to keep Wi-Fi now. Wi-Fi ain't going anywhere. I got to have Wi-Fi because I got to talk to y'all and I got to do my work. So Wi-Fi will stay. But then we're gonna have a basic. I'm gonna try to get the bill down to $100, 120 at most, because I told Tia it was gonna go up to 187 if we didn't get rid of it. So we're gonna have to get rid of it. That's just an expense we're not gonna occur. And that's pretty. The only place we can really cut back at, because our power bill is $300, and we ain't even here. We are not here. We're gone all day. And then what, the water bill was 112, I told you. And see, I went up there to fuss about it. The students told me they went up there to fuss about this. And they said they sent a letter out saying that the water bill was going up, water and gas was going up. And then power was going up. So everything, electrical went up, water and gas went up. I mean, it just went up. It went up like, water was like, what, 65, 70 for us? And it's 112. And there's no leaks. I told Tia, I just don't believe it. But then when I started hearing other people saying theirs was 150, it's just, it has gotten really awful. And that's the, the water, the sewer, the garbage. What else it is? Water, sewer, garbage, and road repairs. All of that. Yep. So, I mean, it's hard out here. So I do understand why parents have to do that. That's why I thought it was such a good article. And that Susan Almond is the one who actually wrote this article. The water bill had been up. Yes, all of it went up. Yes. Gas went up. Hey, Miss Diane, Miss Jean said the taxes went up. The gas went up. All of it went up. And then cable is outrageous. Yes, my water bill is high too. And Miss Yvette says just her. I mean, when I told Tia that, she said, well, I said, Tia, they said the power bill going up to $300. Was already paying, what, $260? $262? It went up to $300. And then we were paying, like, maybe it was $80. Maybe it was $80. And then it went up to $112. And then I was telling her about the cables. So I said, Tia, I'm finna get rid of that. She said, I don't care. Because Tia watch more TV than I do. I don't really watch TV. That's terrible. Everything's going up, and people, yeah, that's exactly what I say. I tell that all the time. Everything going up, and our pay staying the same. Mine be like $150 for water, sewer, and utilities. The month right here says $150. And yeah, that ours is $112 for that. And I know some people say theirs was $150, and I was like, okay, we're just showering in the morning, showering at night. It ain't like we're taking 5 a day. So, I guess but you have to do what you have to do. I thank God that we have a job to pay for it. I do. And just imagine now, before Tia came, I had all of this for what, years? Yeah. So, it is what it is, but I thank God that we're able to do it. What else did I want to tell them, Tia? I was going to tell them.
Keep Miss Kathy in prayer.
Y'all, Miss Kathy, keep her in prayer. She had a procedure today. She's doing well. Just a little sore. But keep her in prayer. Miss Kathy Barnes, I think she's Richardson over here. So she did chime into us and said that she was at home and she was doing better. Continue to keep her in prayer. Continue to keep everybody in prayer. And I do want to say this to y'all. I called them up and I said, need to change. Why is the bill so high? And they said, they also raised. Why did they raise your mortgage? Because of the taxes and stuff, Miss Yvette? Because I know that the mortgage raises with the taxes. Yeah, thank you, Miss Jean. Yeah. And Miss Jean has her whole house by herself. And one income. It's hard. It's hard out here. And people just don't, and food costs so much. I buy groceries, Tia buy groceries, and it's still high. It's still expensive. And, we mostly like to cook. So, I'll go to the meat market and buy meat, and we package it up or whatever. We stop cooking more than what we'll eat. We don't really do leftovers. Tia will, but, it's just hard. Praying for fast healing. Thank you, Miss Yvette. But, like pork chop. I go buy, $10, $20 worth. We like thin. We get it cut. She knows she's not gonna eat with one piece. I'm not gonna eat with one piece, and that's what we do. Thank y'all. And that's what we do. So you have to cut to kind of every corner you can. And that's why I told you. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say people are at it, you know. And I was telling Tia, I said, Tia, if I ever get sick, you better not go live with me from the bed and saying, y'all, look at Doc. Look how pitiful Doc is. I said, I don't care. You can go live and tell them, y'all, Doc is getting better. But you cannot go live and have my people feeling sorry for me and pulling at their, oh, we need to do this, we need to send this and stuff. It's disgusting how we see it every day. I find somebody new every day that's doing it. And again, I want to thank Miss Ivette. I want to thank her. But they getting on there, they're showing everything. And that's just, oh no, Miss Ivy, she would. She told me, she said, I would never do that. I said, because I don't want anybody thinking this is the thing. People say it's a prideful thing. It's not prideful. It's the truth, what I'm about to say. Because I did divorce and I was at the job that I'm currently at and been there for almost 28 years. I decided to invest in me. I took out another retirement and I pay into short and long-term disability. So if something happens and I had to get off work, for short term it's gonna pick it up in 7 days. Long term is gonna pick it up in 30 days. So I'm covered. I don't need to come on here and Tia need to act like we pitiful and we not gonna make it and we ain't gonna eat another meal. That would be a lie because I will still have an income and she will still have her great income. So when I see that, I said, Tia, look, she just shake her head and walk off. Because Tia feels like it gets the more older people to feel sorry for you. But we find 2 or 3 every day, don't we? Just come on the screen. I said, oh my God, Tia, this is a new one. And I'll start writing the names down of how people are getting people to send them stuff and they don't need it. Let me tell y'all something. And you heard it here. I don't care who get mad about it. If you see me going in stores, dropping $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000 on a purse or anything else that's foolish, don't send me a dime or that person. Y'all kind of get what I'm saying? Miss Ivette, is sad. And this is the thing that's so sad. Y'all, my mother called me back. And I told y'all somebody told her that what I had done. But I told you my mama look at me too now. My sister put me on, let her look at me. And so she was asking me about the lady. I said, Mama, she fine. I don't take care of all of that. And she said, but did you have enough? I said, yeah, we had enough. We're fine. But I'm just saying, there's no way I would get on here and just make up a lie. You think I'm going to tell Tia, put me on that act like I'm having an asthma attack? No, I have too many troubles with asthma to tell you that. I have, I didn't tell you, Tia. They called me today. With the test I done, they found nothing.
That's wonderful.
I forgot. I've been so busy today. They called me. Y'all, I didn't even tell Facebook. They called me, Miss Ivette and y'all, and they found nothing. Now, there is some more tests I got to go through. But as of now, ain't nothing wrong with the dog left breast. Nothing. See? I cannot believe I forgot to tell y'all. Remind me to tell Facebook tomorrow. There is nothing. They did all of the testing and they said nothing. He said 2 more tests and that x-ray, and then we'll know definitely. Miss G said, I told you that. Thank God, yes. But this is the downside of it. He said it's probably not sleeping and a lot of stress and worry. And that can take a toll. So that was the downside of it. But I said, Doc, I'm going to take a win on this one. I am not taking an L. I am going to take a W on this one. When something, saying this is the thing I did not tell y'all. I have had lumps in my breast, in that same breast, and have been scared to death about it. And every time they have went in, they say it's nothing but fatty tissue. Remove it, and it's fine. But there was nothing, no, nothing in them. They did all type nothing. And I told Tia I wasn't that afraid because of that mammogram. Stress is, yes, ma'am, Miss Diane. They say they think it's a lot of stress that's going on. Until I tell you, I told my sister, I said, what was that day, Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. I said, we're not worrying about that no more. Because, see, I didn't tell, my sister had a scare with something. And all this is the stress and the build up over the death of my sister and trying to protect my mother. And my mother called. She said, did they call you back? Did they call you? I said, Mama, nothing. I told you that it wouldn't go find. They wasn't gonna find anything. It was probably just because you had lost some weight and that you had to. Yes, ma'am, you did, Miss Jean. And people prayed for me. Tia was worried to death. I guess I did not get worried until the pain kept lingering. And I think that's when we start worrying. When it kept lingering. But also, I pushed myself too much to do. And so, like I said, 2 more tests, and we're good. I can't believe I forgot to tell y'all, but yes. And I didn't even tell Tia I forgot to tell her because I was headed to another class. It was at the end of the day. I was headed to another class, but he did call me back and he said, I know you've been worried to death, but we found nothing. And then I went out, hearing what the doctor say, went out on the portable and still had to see it for myself. They found absolutely nothing. They're not going to find anything. And the 2 more tests, that's what I said, they're not going to find anything. And my medical doctor, I got to go see him next week or whatever. But the cardiologist, in the way that he sent me, nothing. They haven't found anything. I went on both portables, and so it looked like the doc going to be a little more around. I wasn't going to go anywhere anyway, because whatever happens, I do know that I'm covered. I do know that. I know I'm covered with God, and I know sometimes things will show up. But what we're going to do, we're going to handle the business at hand, but we're not going to get depressed or we're not going to get overworked handling. And that's what I told Tia. We're going to handle what we got to handle. And while we move on, we're not going to worry about people. You sure did, Miss Joanne. Yes, you did. All of y'all did, and I appreciate it. Because I was were we afraid?
No, we just
Tia said she was more concerned. Not afraid, but concerned. So it did work out. I know y'all was waiting. I used to have to go in every 3 months because all my lumps in my chest, they found it because all the weight. Yes, and Miss Jane had said that. She said the weight that you've lost, and that's the thing about it is, I didn't realize you lose weight in your breast until I put a bra on today, and I had to I just threw it away. I didn't realize that. But Tia said, yeah, you do. I did not realize that you lose weight, that you're going to lose it in your breast. I never even thought about that. I thought you lose it other places, but not your breast. But yeah. So that is right what Miss Jean said. A lot of restructuring. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. 16 beautiful people. They didn't give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but it's okay. I love y'all. Thank you so much, Miss Teresa. Second night in a row. I love all y'all. If y'all never do anything but just click on and just give me a kind word, I appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed over here. I love y'all. God loves you more. You will see us back tomorrow. Y'all have a good night and be blessed.